That's extremely weird. It doesn't look like it has started streaming yet, according to the restream board, but this says it's started streaming. Uh, the wonders of technical challenges.
It's
Uh,
okay. We still have 3 minutes.
that's exactly very lucky. And it says we're not online on Twitch. Oh no.
That's okay. Twitch is a bit slow.
Oh no, we are online. Oh, god damn it.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's okay. Well, hello, Twitcher. You're a bit slow.
Okay. Uh, that is a pain. So, hi, middle-aged gamers. We are back today. We are missing Adam. Unfortunately, he has some household stuff to take care of. I wrote it in the Twitch description already, but we are back today with Summer Blockbusters 2021. Phil and Antoine here. They're gonna give us some exciting games or choices that you guys could think about. Maybe you want to buy now or wait until they come out. We've got some early access games. At least Antoine and I have got some early access games. Phil's got a real game that's coming out. Hopefully fully patched and everything's ready. So Antoine,
Yeah, so you should already know what we are talking about since, well, Cran just said it, but just as a reminder, just go to our podcast from last week and download it if you haven't done it yet. So today, yeah, just give me a sec. Yes, so we want to give you some great ideas for the summer, and these are games which should not be on your radar yet. So hopefully you'll have some good surprise. So let me preface this by saying that we didn't play this game much, but we want to share a passion for them, with you. So go ahead, Phil. Your
Yeah,
turn.
we know everyone's busy, middle-aged gamers with families, lives, responsibilities. Maybe you don't have a whole lot of time to play, or especially for me, it can be difficult to choose a game that you want to get invested in, or you end up buying a game that's absolutely terrible, and you're cursing yourself for not doing the research. I do that a lot. So we hope that some of these get choices will help you about games that we're excited about and we're looking forward to, and maybe where you should, be looking at spending your pounds, dollars, fake Canadian dollars, whatever you've got. And Korean's gonna go up first with his choice.
sure. All right. So my choice is I was gonna go with Phil's choice, but if you didn't listen to last week's episode, Phil was like, "Yeah, he called shotgun on D&D Dark Alliance, which is Phil's game. I'm sorry I spoiled that, but ah. But so I'm also so if you guys don't know, we have the pandemic here in Taiwan, so I've been able to game a bit more, which is wonderful. So I'm very close to finishing XCOM Chimera Squad, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna play next? And I might be playing Warframe, but I'm probably gonna be playing this game you can see right now on your screen. If this is not on Facebook or YouTube, I apologize. So Twitch listeners, yes, this is what you're seeing because I've only checked Twitch. This game is called Hokko Life. It is another one of these like really, really cool games that is just developed by a single person. If Adam was here, Adam and I teach programming and computer science, and I always tell my kids you don't need a team to make these kind of games. Stardew Valley, and this game is just made by a single guy. And so Hokko Life is a combination of two Japanese words. This is what I read the description. I don't remember the words, but it's supposed to mean like relaxing and casual, something like that together. So this is sort of Adam is here. Hey, Adam. Uh, disappointing, your stupid air conditioner. All right. Anyway, so Adam knows I've loved these kind of games. As I've gotten older, I sort of veer away from stressful games, and I've always disliked horror games or games that have a lot of competitive pressure. Hearthstone is the exception because I am decently good at that. So anyway, Hockey Life is a game, a casual game. You just like in I was gonna say like Animal Story, Animal Crossing. You have a house, you go to a place, you farm stuff, you sell stuff, you make money, you decorate your house, you have these sort of very minimalistic, easygoing graphics. Oh, cool, big screen. You gotta take a picture of that. That would be a good for our social media, Adam. And so this game is in early access. It's released by Wonderscope, which is just this guy's single company. Um, incredible. Like, I mean, the graphics, the art, the music. I mean, again, this is only coming out. Today is Tuesday, Taiwanese time. It'll come out today, American time. Oh, Canadian time as well, Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll be purchasing it in early access and I'll be streaming it Thursday. It is published by Team 17. Those are the guys who developed Worms. Worms is the only one I care about. They've got a whole bunch of other games. Um, it's I don't know if this is going to be out this year. The guy said at least a year, but basically until it's ready. And again, these kind of games, when it's just a single person developing, it tends to take longer, unless he gets some other people to help with music, or with some of the other stuff. Especially if you like Stardew Valley was single player originally. This guy is single player as well, but Stardew Valley changed to multiplayer, and that guy had to expand his company in order to do that. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna try and ramble on for too long. So, you guys got any questions so far? Any thoughts? I mean, looking at the video, let's go with Antoine first.
I haven't seen your video yet, but I don't have too many questions because my game is gonna be quite similar to you in terms on the fact that it's also an indie game, also early access will be released very soon, and I'm gonna talk about that later. So no, I'm quite. Was it like a test period first, or it's gonna be released in early access and it's the first time you can play the game?
Early access, first time anybody can play. You can't even pre-order it. Like usually, early access games, you can buy it early. And I've been checking. I'm like, okay, come on, Steam, let me buy it. Let me buy it. And then it's like, no, 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 no,
How,
no.
how
I
much
already
is it gonna
checked
be?
when I
You
woke
said
up this morning. Huh?
how much is it gonna be? You said.
I'm guessing 20 US. I guess. I
Oh,
think that even might be
okay.
expensive. It's probably going to be cheaper than that.
Yeah, but it's an early access, so I guess it's gonna be cheap during the early access, and maybe it's gonna boost up after when they release a game.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's
Yes.
usually the way early access works. It depends. Everyone's different. What about you, Phil? What do you think?
Yeah, two questions. First one was going to be platforms.
Platforms at the moment, just Steam at the moment. Not exclusive to Steam, but I imagine being a single developer, because like when you want to release a game, you have to pay money or put some kind of money down for a platform, and you have to be able to port games. That also requires specialist programming knowledge as well, to be able to port games. Even though I mean, like this, the Switch and the PlayStation all have this sort of somewhat of a similar like a SDK, SDK software development kit. So, but I mean, from what I know at the moment, this guy's just gone Steam, and what a lot of these games tend to do is do one platform. As the success sort of builds up and builds up, they decide to, okay, we've got enough money, let's hire somebody or let's do it ourselves and figure it out how to port it to the Switch. And I would imagine the Switch would be second just because of it being this kind of game. And your second question, Phil?
Is it privately funded, or has this been like group backed, Kickstarter or GoFundMe, any of those type of projects?
This is, and I can actually see it on the trailer. It is definitely only Steam. I feel like this was on Kickstarter, but I don't think so because if it was on Kickstarter, there'd still be an option to purchase it. So I think this is one of those games. Again, I'm going back to Stardew Valley because that was a game I loved a lot. Game was just developed by this guy by himself on his own, using his own money and his own time. For our listeners, I've talked about this story before, but Antoine and Phil have never heard it. The guy who made Stardew Valley worked at McDonald's part time while he developed the game, and I imagine this is what these guys probably got a full time job, and in his free time, he's making this cool looking game. Okay, so gents, I'm gonna finish it up. So general opinions so far about this game. People like it. People like the look. It's got quite a different look, a little bit similar to Animal Crossing on the Switch, but it's still different. I think it's developed using the Unreal Engine. Um, I like these kind of games. I tend to stay away from stressful games. I like it just because I like that sort of feedback loop of harvest crops, get money. Maybe it's like the Indian person in me. Indian people like to make money. That sounds a little bit racist, but I'm sorry. I'm Indian. I get to say it. All right. And yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be early access, so I don't think I'll be streaming it for that long. just because these sort of early access games tend to have like maybe 10 to 20 hours at most. But I mean, I guess you guys will get to see, the latest, hottest, and people love these kind of games. So join me on a Thursday, roughly 9:30, 10 p.m. Taiwanese time, and come and join. Have a seat. Maybe this is something you want to pick up. And hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully I will like it. I mean, if I don't, I'll just change. That's the wonderful thing about being a middle-aged gamer. We've got that extra income that we can change whenever we want to change. Okay, and that is about it. Last thoughts, gentlemen. I mean, do you guys like these kind of games? Antoine
Oh, I
does.
love.
Yes. What about you,
Absolutely, yeah,
Phil?
absolutely. That's my stuff.
Mm, Not particularly, but my missus loves Animal Crossing. The amount of hours that she's spent into that, so it might be more something that she's interested. Although again, she's not a big computer gamer. She's more console gaming. So she really enjoys playing everything on the Switch and on the PS5, but less so to do with PC games.
Okay. Like, curious, Phil, your missus, does she have a preference between the Switch and the PS5?
It depends on the game, and it depends on her mood. She just likes to switch just to chill out when she's, supposed to be working on another project, and then she'll just, pick it up, put it down, mess around. But yeah, if she's in the mood for some, like, yeah, last night she was in the mood for some proper gaming, so she powered up. Oh, what's it called? Adam's been playing it. The
I love that.
Feudal Japan.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ghost of
Yeah,
Tsushima.
yeah.
Uh,
She's been smashing away through that. So yeah, if she's in the mood for proper gaming, then yeah, she'll power up the PS5.
so she's not like a PC Master Race or PlayStation Master Race kind of gamer.
No, I don't think. I think she's got like an old Mac, but I don't even think she's got a laptop. So yeah,
Okay.
not her preference.
What about you, Anton? Like when did you start enjoying this kind of game?
Oh, that's a tough one. When uh, actually, you know me. That's something I wanted to talk about in my section.
All right, no, no, no.
Okay,
Then we'll
okay,
just
right.
switch to you right now. All
It's
right.
okay. Well, first of all, I just wanted to wish best success, to this guy. I really hope that it's gonna, hit it like Stardew Valley did, and because I'm very impressed by these kind of guys, can do this game with a team of less than 5 or 10 developers. That's always success stories I really like. And okay, first I'm gonna talk about my game, and then I will start rambling. That's fine for you. So my game is actually for film misses because it's called Black Skylands. It's developed by Hungry Couch Games, and the publisher is Tiny Build. It's for the release, like Crayon, I cheated because it's an early access which will be released on June 11th. You can already play it as a play test, but it's only 1 hour and it's clearly just as a debug. The you play and after you fill the little questionnaire saying what kind of bug did you find, did you like it, what did you like, what did you didn't like, everything. That's what I love about this kind of games is that you can talk to the developer and the developer is going you know along the wishes of the player, and that's great. So how much is gonna cost? I have no clue. I literally have no clue, so we'll see on June 11th. Same as Korean, I guess it's gonna be same as Subnautica, I guess, cheap during it's supposed to be 1 year. Again, is it going to be released exactly in 1 year? I hope that will be for summer 2022. But the early release is supposed to be 50% of the content. That's what they say. It's not a 1% game. I know it's an indie game, so it's less than 10 developers. But unlike Korean, Black Skyland will be out on Steam, GOG, and I saw on the Switch eShop that it's already on the Switch eShop. There's no details on it, but it's gonna be out on Switch. So feel your missus can play it. So it's as a genre it's a mess. It's a mix of action, platformer, farming sim like a Stardew Valley, bit of RPG. There's a bit of everything in it. As general opinion and public opinion, for now, it's everyone who did the playtest. You can still do the playtest for a week or so, or 10 days, no, because it's on June 11th. For now, it's very good. It has a lot of potential, and I really like it. So I hope it's gonna go. For the cost, as I said, I have no clue, so we'll see. We'll see in a week. Hopefully, it's no more than $20. Because for 50% of the games, playtest was 1 hour. I hope they're gonna be like 15, 20 hours in the playtest, maybe less because 15%, 50% of the content, I don't know how far it's gonna go. So I'm gonna tell you just why did I choose this game, because in this summer it's gonna be big, blockbusters. It's gonna be my little favorite, which is Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's on PS5, and I don't have a PS5, and I don't want to buy a PS5 just for the game, and it's killing me because I know that I'm gonna have to wait 2 years to play it. So I'm not gonna present this game because I'm gonna rage on that. I could have presented as well Total War Warhammer 3, which is gonna be released in 2021, but I don't know when. So could be this. It's supposed to be summer blockbuster, and I don't know when it's gonna be released. And it's usually a bit late, so maybe fall or winter. I have one and two. I loved it. I would have talked about the three, but no, because I don't know when it's going out, and also because these days I really like indie games rather than triple A games. Everybody know about Total War, so I want to try to push, like Black Skylands, try to get them a little bit of advertisement if I can. So if you hear this podcast, wishlist it, try the playtest. It's just an hour. It's very short but very sweet. No, just try it. So and also the fact that AAA games, and especially Total War Warhammer, it's released, but you need to wait a year or two to have all the DLCs and to all the characters to play. With Black Skyland as an indie game, very likely when it's released, you have the full game. You have everything. After, maybe, of course, it's gonna correct bugs and stuff, but that's how it is, and that's why we like it. And you know, I really like indie games. You can see my stream on Subnautica. I know it's half. I'm gonna say half an indie game, because indie game is less than 10 developers. I think Subnautica has been so great that Below Zero got a bit more developers. There's like 15 or 20 or something. So it's in between, a double and a triple A. But I'm still gonna call it an indie game because that's how it started, and the team is still there. So so back to Black Skylands. I think this is a game which is perfect for about everyone, and simply because, as I said before, there's really a lot of gameplay. So it's really good for middle-aged gamers such as Korean, because there's a lot of farming. It could be quite chill. Voila. It's okay for young players too, because if you want, and I'm gonna come on this later, there's a lot of action. And okay, a bit later. I'm really trying to stay to process my thought in a timely manner, because usually I have a nice laid out script, and today I'm gonna go completely ad lib. So please excuse me if I just rumble my thoughts over there. So in the game, you have three main tribe slash factions, and they are all coexisting in a fantasy skies of remember when I spoke about skies of Arcadia last
Yes.
podcast or two podcasts ago? It's very similar in terms of universe. You have flying islands, flying ships, of course, to move between islands, a lot of air pirates, a lot of flying monsters, which really looks like when I was talking about Warhammer, really this kind of chaos, type of monsters coming out from the warp. Clearly, you kind of see an inspiration there. In the three factions, you have the scientists, the engineers, so scientists, of course, which may develop the technologies, engineers, which develop boats and weapons, and the earners, which are your agricultors. And after that, so these three cooperate, and the fourth faction comes a bit later. They are called the Falcons, and clearly they are air pirates. They just shoot down all of the faction to take control of the world, and they're a bit like the mafia. We protect you against the monsters, but you have to give us, 50% of the profit. All you miss is like eh, give me the give me the money, and I protect you. It's clearly like this.
Oh my
In
god, French
the
Italian accent.
Yes, very racist, very cliche. Sorry about Italians. In the I'm gonna see how it works. I'm waiting for 11th really because in the playtest you can only play as the earners with a little story made just for the playtest, not taste, of course. Sorry about that. So the story is gonna move a lot in the early access, and as I understand, when the full game is gonna be released, they're gonna switch the story again, to try to keep it fresh for everyone. And that's nice because I played the earners, so agriculture, which clearly is the tribe that inspired me the least. I want to do like the scientists or the engineers. Engineers, they develop ships and weapons, so that's really cool, right? Um, where was I? Oh, I'm lost already. Great. So I'm just gonna go back on the gameplay. On the gameplay, as I said, you will do some farming a bit, a little bit like Stardew Valley. It's not that developed yet, but I think it's gonna be really good because in the playtest you have your so-called fathership, which is squares where you can build whatever you want to produce food, to produce markets. You can build whatever. That's also in this game. There's base building, which is fantastic. There's base building. There's on-land combat. You have a grappling hook, which is the platformer aspect. So you're gonna fall a lot. So it's always useful to have your grappling hook. You have the best feature for me, air fight. So with your ship, you air fight a lot of creatures, really a lot of monsters, a lot of enemies. The falcon, as I mentioned. You have a base building asset, so, and you also have capture the flag, kind of. All your map, your world, there's dozens of islands, and you have little flag of the falcons, meaning that uh, they are managed by the enemy. And with your ship, you go there, you kill all of them. That's very basic. You kill all of them, and the island belongs to you. So again, I don't know if in the future release they're gonna make like they're trying to fight back and get the island back, and there's gonna be something like this. I don't know, but that's something I might want to see. That's why I say there's a lot of potential. Is because there's a lot of gameplay. The on land action is also very cool because you have a ton of weapon. And what I didn't mention, and airship is my favorite feature. Favorite feature. My next favorite feature. Tell me if I ramble too much because I have been there for 10 minutes already. My next favorite feature is the fact that everything is customizable. And I'm very tired, so it's a hard word to say, so I'm not gonna say it anymore. Your weapon, each of your weapon has 4 slots to customize. Your ship has 8 or 10 components to customize. You can customize your cargo to have more cargo. Of course, your ship is going to be much heavier. You can have faster sail. You can have big guns. You can adapt your gameplay. Are you like you want a small ship with lots of cannon and raid the big stuff, or you want your big tank with big cargo? Because you need to go on other islands to take resources. You have no resources on your father ship. So when you want to build something on your father ship, you need to go collect wood on that island, copper on that island, aluminium on that island. You need cargo a lot. So with a small ship, you are fast. You can kill enemies easy, but you can't grab anything. With a big elephant of a ship, you're going to be attacked and very slow. So it's going to be hard to stay alive. But at the same time, you can bring lots of cargo back and develop your fathership easy. So many stuff which are good. I'm gonna end up because I'm rambling on and um, on the playtest. There's a very good thing for you. I'm advising you to go and set and start a playtest and fill up the questionnaire I was talking about earlier. Simply because when you do so, you have a chance to actually land a free Steam key. You can get the game for free if you're lucky. I don't know if it's gonna be like a random picked up or something, or the quality of the feedback. I have no clue, but you could get maybe a Steam key, which is always good because. And I'm gonna do my advertisement piece like every week. I'm doing podcasts and videos on cheap and free games. So if you haven't seen these videos, go on and enjoy. Especially the one for the Epic Store because there's still 2 weeks for it. So this podcast is not expired yet. Go on and check it out.
Very good.
And that's all for me. Do you have any question? I'm very happy to talk about this game. Like I was saying earlier, just for fun, I redid the whole game. It's just 1 hour. I really the playtest just before the show, just so it's fresh in my mind, and it's. I really want more. It's annoying because it's really I want to capture more islands. I want to customize my shotgun or the sniper rifles. Really cool. Go
Okay.
on. If you have any questions, go on.
You finished the perfect time. I was like, yeah, we need like 5 minutes for questions, and we're gonna move on to Fool's game. Uh, are you talking your mic is off? Click the mic to turn. Oh no, that's just Google
No, it's
Meets.
Google Meet. I just
Yes.
yeah, Google Meet.
All right. Phil, you wanna questions first, and then me,
Yeah,
and then we'll change to your game.
I've not seen the game yet, but listening from the descriptions, it almost sounds like a cross between StarCraft, Minecraft, and Eve. Do you not think that the aspects are too many things to put in one game?
All right, just one precision on it. Again, as I said, it's an indie game, so it's a top-down view like the first GTA. Or you can compare it a bit like Stardew Valley, or I don't know if you play Crosscode. It's this kind. It's very cute. It's really well done, but don't expect Eve. You don't expect the massive MMO. It's like 5 guys on it. So I don't
No,
know
I
which
mean, sorry,
engine they
I didn't
use,
mean
but
like for graphics, and I mean
uh,
more like
oh,
for the complexity of the gameplay. You say you're on the
oh,
world and you're mining, and then you're in a ship, and then you're flying and
absolutely.
fighting, and then you're base building. Is that going to be too
Yeah.
convoluted for a game?
And I think if he wants to be successful, and I really hope for them to be successful, it's a good idea. I was complaining last week that there was no Sky of Arcadia game like which combined base building like a Suikoden, and they call it not steampunk, or they call it the aeropunk, which was like okay, fair enough, punk in the air. It's really this. Yes, this universe which is very cool, like a sky pirate and stuff.
So you're not worrying about it
So
being too complex.
it's a small team, so it's always worrying, and I hope they can do everything they want in 1 year. It's very ambitious, but before releasing the early access, they had a very big playtest. The demo, I'm not kidding, the demo I played could be compared to any other beta. It's supposed to be an alpha, but there was a few bugs. Of course, there was a few bugs, but very little. And they are already aware of it because when I reported the bugs, I saw that other people already talked about it. And minor stuff, but change like when you shoot with a gun or with your cannons, the you call that a reticule in
Yes.
English.
Yes. Yes.
It's white, and when you are in the air and the clouds under you are white, you don't see what you're shooting basically.
Oh no.
So that's minor stuff, right? They can just change the
Yes.
color like
Yes.
this, and so there's little things like this to improve. In terms of bugs, I saw only one major bug which forced me to quit the game and restart. So in terms of alpha, I think they are bug wise, they are pretty good. Uh, I think they just need to develop the story and the universe now. So I hope 1 year is enough for them, and I wish them the best of luck. And I really don't think that it's that too much of a challenge because they already have all the basics down. Combat is down, is good. Flying fight is fantastic. The flying ship is handling very good. I actually prefer the flying fight rather than the like on land one. So no, honestly, they already have a very very good base for it.
Sorry, Phil. I cut you off just now. You were gonna say.
No, no, that's fine. That's fine. He covered everything.
Adam's question is: are the islands set or randomly generated?
I believe set because for now they're set. That's the alpha. I think they're gonna stay set as like Final Fantasy World because they want to put, or at least that's the picture which I saw with the warps kind of warp creature, on the top right, with the desert island of the Falcon on the top left, the middle. Yeah, it's not gonna be randomly generated. Pretty sure it's gonna be not be.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So, two early access games to keep your eye out for, and I mean, Fool's game is coming out this month, apparently. All right, Phil, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at. I mean, before I start, actually, I'm gonna do the questions in a different order. Kind of why did I choose this game? So my general gameplay as I've become a middle aged gamer has switched to. I mean, I was always a huge fan of co-op games, but for me, those they've become more important than RTS in a way. So even FIFA, I'll play that with co-op. I'd way prefer to play that on co-op. Destiny, Final Fantasy, Outriders, all these type of games where you can, just hey, you're free, okay, let's play for an hour or two, log in, and off you go in your world. I kind of really enjoy those. So yeah, when I was looking at Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, then for me it kind of stood out as the iconic game that it looks like it's going to be. Because I was a little bit disappointed with Outriders. But I've got my hopes firmly pinned on Dark Alliance from what I've seen. So the developer is 2Q Games. I'm not sure. TUQUE, 2Q. I'm guessing. Who knows? They've only done Livelock. I was researching them. They've only done a game called Livelock. I've not played that before. It's supposed to be similar though. To I think it's more futuristic though, but I don't know. In 2016, and then they were purchased by Wizards of the Coast. I think last year. So Wizards of the Coast publisher. It's supposed to come out June 22nd, 2021, although Korean had me alarmed and worried yesterday when he sent me a message saying he's having problems on his store purchase.
Yes. So to sum it up, I was gonna stream this in June. I don't know if I had announced it on our social media or not. So that was my plan. We want to bring you guys sort of the hottest releases, what's coming out. Unfortunately, I had received an email from Epic one of the days I woke up, like, because I usually wake up early, like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, huh? Why did I get a refund? Did someone hack my Epic account? I'm like, no. If someone hacked my Epic account, they could have gone buck wild and bought a lot of stuff, but no. They just apparently refunded D&D Dark Alliance. But the game is still in my library, and Phil and I chatted about it a little bit before. I checked Twitter, I Googled it, I checked Facebook social media, everything Phil said it as all. He's checked. Everything says it's coming out on June 22nd. So again, for Taiwanese people, for Asian people, that will be the next day for us. So I don't know what's gonna happen. If it comes out, I'm happy. If it's delayed, uh, that's fine as well. I mean, that kind of sucks, but yeah. Keep going, Phil.
Yeah, I'm sure definitely. If it is, then news should be. I mean, it should have filtered out already by now. I would have imagined. So, I will remain optimistic and ignore your worrying messages in the morning. So, action role playing game, as you'd expect. Sort of for me again. I forgot to add sort of Diablo as well, with those mix of these epic dungeon based games with everybody around the TV playing together. Now, it's only it's only online multiplayer, but I clocked on their official Twitch about a few hours ago. Actually, it was posted 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and I must have missed it. Saying that they are going to release a free summer DLC, and it's going to include couch co-op split screen play for the PS5, Xbox XS, and PC, which is a pretty nice. It's pretty nice for them to realize. I think a lot of the community and the feedback had said, "Hey, come on, this is the type of game that we want our friends to come around. We want to be able to fire it up on the TV and have a good two-player game." So I'm pretty impressed that they've clocked onto that and they've reacted, and that is definitely something that they've publicly come out and said it's going to be on the DLC, it's going to be free, and it's going to be in the summertime. So yeah, that's even better for me. General opinions, public opinions seem to be pretty positive from what I can gauge so far. People have been saying that the you can change the level of difficulty. So it's one of those that's people have been playing it on the pre-release on an easy level, saying it's too easy. But as you can probably expect, when you get into there, you can increase the level over the shoulder instead of top down, and you kind of just going through the dungeon and fighting some whatever goblins, and you get to the end, and then you'll kill the boss, and then you'll get gold and some gear, and then you'll do it all over again with different monsters and different dungeons. For those of you who are fans of The Legend of Dritz, they it's connected with the Forgotten Realms settings. It's set in the Icewind Dale and is just after the Crystal Shard. And you can choose from 4 characters from the book series: Wolfgar, Bruno, Caribri, or Dritz. Sorry if I've murdered how you think the pronunciation is of those. And Salvatore was linked to the development, and he's come out and said it's if you know the book series, the game is going to be even have a slightly even better connection for you in that it's gonna be a visual representation of what you're reading in the books, which always can sometimes be a positive or a negative depending on how creative or imaginative you are and what you've perceived this world to be like. But yeah, it's nice to see that he's been in there and he's working with it and he's cooperating and helping guide their image of the world. So, for those of you saying, "Oh, it's not what I imagined it to be," well, obviously it's kind of what Salvatore imagined it to be. So, whatever. Cost $40, €40. I don't know why they maintain the price. That means it might be £40 as well, and they just disregard currency exchange. For the standard edition, you get some weapon set with it. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember the name, but you can also pay £60, €60, probably $60 for the digital edition, which is going to include their first DLC expansion, Echoes of the Blood War, that they've released as a plan. They haven't got anything else planned for expansions. There's supposedly no in-game microtransactions or currencies, so it's pay and you get the game, and yeah, I think it's gonna be. I always say this, and then the games let me down. So touch wood. Hopefully, it's gonna be a game that again I'll be getting, and I'll try and work out and liaise with Korean when he's gonna be playing, and maybe we can get some co-op on the go and split screen, and whoever else, if Antoine or Adam, whoever else, anybody who's gonna get it, we can get some proper fun footage of everybody seeing us getting mauled. As we work on our way on ridiculous levels. Hey guys, let's go on the most impossible level first. Yeah. Ugh, we're dead. Okay. But I mean, that could be fun. See how long we survive. What do you guys? I know Koreans are looking forward to it. Is this something that you'd be interested in, Antoine, or not your type of game?
Kind of actually. So I understand both of you like D&D, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So first question, what's your alignment? Personally, I'm loyal, neutral. What's yours?
Chaotic neutral.
Really, you're chaotic, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I would
I'll
probably.
respect you for loyal.
I'd probably go similar. Actually, I'd probably go chaotic neutral. Laws really don't hold any boundaries for me.
Oh, Adam says true neutral.
True neutral.
That's the most sadistic of all of them, I think. True neutral. You really don't care.
Oh, I like the bad, the loyal, but bad as well. That's fun.
Phil, Adam asked, did you read the books?
A long time ago, and I can't particularly remember them that well. I probably would have to get a hold of them again. But I had a friend. We used to play a lot of D&D. We even D&D'd over the millennium. We went out in a party. We were at my friend's house, and he was an avid dark elf fan in Warhammer or in the book series, and he used to always rave about them. And if he was the DM of a campaign, you could guarantee it would be set in, Dritz might have just walked by as as happens in every D&D campaign, and we're like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was kind of like forced reading. You had to read it in order to play his game, because then you kind of got an idea of what the hell was going on.
I have another one for you. So you said that previous game you played on D&D wasn't so good. Have you played the excellent D&D game Pathfinder Kingmaker? This one is fun. I love it. Any idea what I'm talking about?
I do, but I've always wanted
Yeah,
to buy it, but I've just never
it's really good.
felt
It's
in the
just
mood for it.
it takes too much time, really. Like it's really take on your time. But if you're ever disappointed with the new one, I advise you play the Pathfinder one. It's really good.
Phil, you've never picked up the Pathfinder games on Steam?
No, I have to admit there was like a stage where I kind of fell out of computer gaming when I really got into tabletop gaming, probably for
Okay.
about like 6 or 8 years. Tabletop
6
and,
to
and
8 years, Jesus
card games.
Christ.
Yeah, so I really just stopped. The only time I was really playing computer games was Xbox 360, and I had like a Guitar Hero, Rock Band, and it's dance mats, sort of like party
Okay.
play stuff.
Okay. Final thoughts on Dark Alliance, Phil?
Like I said, I don't want to speak too much. I'm touching as much wood as I can at the moment because, yeah, everything looks good. It looks good. It looks perfect. But I said the same thing about Outriders, and I said the same thing about Destiny 2 with Adam, and I managed to persuade him to buy the game. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be really good. It's fantastic. And then, like 2 months down the line, I was like, oh, what have I done? I paid for the full 1 year, including the first two or three DLCs, and then after 2 months, I
Ah.
was just like, no, I can't even be bothered. So yeah, I'm hopefully optimistic, but sometimes that comes to bite me in the ass.
Remember, people, don't buy on day one.
All right, now I'm just I refresh about the story we just talked about. So I just logged into my Epic Store account, and the game is no longer in my library. And unfortunately, to be the bearer of bad news, at least for Epic anyway, Phil, the Epic Store lists the game as fall 2021 available.
Ay, ay, ay.
And there's no option to buy it on the Epic Store. It just says coming soon, which is very strange because on Steam it says it's available.
They're gonna change soon.
So, I mean, experienced gaming gentlemen, what do you guys think is the deal behind that? Do you think something's happened with Epic and the guys behind D&D Dark Alliance, or we'll go Antoine? What's your theory? Why is this not no longer an Epic, but it's still available?
Either Steam hasn't catch up yet, and they just realized that they need 3 more months to fix the bugs, which would be as usual, let's say, in the video game industry. Or maybe they had a problem with Epic, and decided to go full Steam. That's also I would be surprised because Epic is still a good reseller at the moment. Or if they don't go Epic, maybe GOG or something. But just Steam for a D&D game, for a big game, that's strange. I would say more like they need 3 months, 3 months more, and Steam is gonna catch up tomorrow or something. That's my take. I don't know what you think.
Hmm.
Well, any ideas? Any theories?
No, I'm just trying to look now. I'm looking on the PlayStation Store, and it's still saying.
Seems Phil has frozen.
So yeah, I can't find anything else anywhere. It just seems to be Epic saying that at this stage,
Yes.
Also,
which is
it's
weird.
still on the PS Store.
Mm-hmm. PS5
Ah,
store
some.
still
Ah,
released
okay.
6/22/2021.
So it might be an issue with Epic.
Mhm. Adam says maybe it has to do with the Apple lawsuit, and he says they're playing it safe by not taking any money yet. Uh, Maybe that's the theory.
No clue.
All right, guys. So moving on from Dockerlands, hopefully it does come out so everybody can enjoy it, and I mean the developers can hopefully more games can be set in D&D that are not sort of traditional D&D rules or more accessible to more people. So I mean this episode is about summer blockbusters, but what games are you guys looking forward to for 2021 or 2022? What games are coming out, or maybe in early access, or maybe, I mean, what are you guys looking forward to this year that maybe our listeners on the podcast and viewers on our three platforms can sort of look out forward to? Phil?
Oh, just come back to me. Sorry, I was just still googling the thingy.
No
Sorry, I'm not on
worries.
the screen setting at the moment.
All right,
Sorry,
Antoine,
my bad.
what about you? What are you looking forward to?
I want to know if one of you guys who own the PS5 are gonna do Horizon, because I really want to see it. I'm watching the FF7 remake, from Adam,
Yes.
and I'm very happy about it. And I want the same on Horizon because I can't wait. I really can't wait. So
Yes.
you think you guys are gonna do, yeah?
I think Adam will do it, I would imagine. Uh,
Okay, guy, Adam, you need to play it right. Be a good gamer, mate. I want to
oh,
know
yes,
everything.
yes. Adam said
No
for sure.
no pressure,
I'm not gonna
no
read what he
pressure.
wrote, but he said Horizon dot dot forbidden dot dot and then an expletive and then West. All right, so Antoine Horizon Forbidden West. That's coming out end of
Oh,
this year, right?
wasn't this summer?
Is
All
this
right,
summer?
I thought so, but it's just maybe I'm anticipating stuff. Let me just quickly check. You can go with Phil. I'm coming back to you in 2 minutes.
Adam's watching us, so he says November.
November? Oh, damn it.
So
I'll
Horizon
have to
Forbidden West in
wait.
November for you. For me this year, I would be looking forward to Jesus Christ. I can't even think because I mean, when I was looking for games for games for this episode, I couldn't find a lot of stuff that I would be interested in. I mean, oh, that's a cute cat. What's the
Yeah,
cat's name?
cassia,
Cassia.
little girl.
Cassia.
Yeah, like the seeds.
Ah, cool. Yes, yes. So, I mean, ideally, uh, Adam says Final Fantasy VII R integrate in 2 weeks. Yes.
Oh,
So Adam's
Yeah.
going to be streaming that. He said it. So if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, you probably already know that because you guys have seen Adam stream Final Fantasy a few times, and you listened to the episode where Antoine and Adam talked about Final Fantasy. And there'll probably be another one at some point in the future. Yeah, for me, I'm looking for games that are maybe they're already out on the PC that like are Switch sort of more comfortable on the Switch to move onto the Switch. I'm always looking for games like that. Like if you guys heard me, what is that sort of old style game with Kill All Humans by THQ? That's coming out on the Switch. That is something I'd love to play as well. Just because it's sort of easygoing, not very long, and works really well with the controller, and because it is a remaster, it'll run well on the Switch. Uh,
like Startopia.
Startopia as well. Yes, that's a full-priced $50 game on the Switch. That is crazy. Um,
Switch prices.
exactly. So Phil,
Yeah, sorry, I was on IGN as well. They were saying that the game is still supposed to be released. Sorry, I was checking everywhere I could to try and find confirmation it's delayed, and everywhere seems to be saying that it's okay. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that.
yes.
For me, there's a few things. You've got the next Final Fantasy 14, which I'll probably get back into just to see the new classes, which is November, I think, somewhere around there anyway. I know it's right near the end of the year usually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Although yeah, hopefully by then I will have got through my burnout phase for it. Coming out today. Today is Necromunda Hired Gun on the PlayStation, which
Oh, nice.
looks interesting. I'm going to look for some people playing it and then decide whether to grab that. Um, so that's on my to do list. Maybe depending if I get some good reviews. Also looking at Switch, the Cyanide and Happiness
Oh,
Free
yes.
Copocalypse is due out. I've not seen latest news. I've not seen exactly when that's supposed to be, but that looks kind of quirky and freaky and a little bit kind of. I do kind of like the South Park games where they're just a little bit daft inside. So I'm hoping that scratches that itch. So yeah, I think those three probably.
Okay. Adam says Endwalker in November. Looking forward to trying out the Sage, whatever that is.
I
A
thought
new
it's the new
class in
healer
FF14.
class.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. You guys would know better than I would. Okay. So, let's bring this episode to a close. And so, Phil's already suggested the episode or the topic for next week, which is why am I talking about it? Phil, why don't you introduce our listeners and explain what they should look forward to, and maybe they can give us suggestions we can mention on the show next week, or topics or ideas. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yes, go ahead, Phil.
hmm Yeah, I was thinking about when we mentioned it last week when we were talking about the change of Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, into the World of Warcraft and that evolution of games as they change genre almost. They change the gameplay, they change the setting, and everything, evolves into something. Is it bigger or better? Which is my big question, and then looking at things like Fallout from Fallout 1 and 2 being those tick-based, turn-based games of survival and into what I would view, rightly or wrongly, as like every other game out there that's run around and kill everything, and I've got a machine gun and everything's dead. So you might be able to guess what my thoughts are on the evolution of Fallout, or even just mild changes of like the GTA going from top down to the story heavy world of GTA 5 and that progression. So yeah, my thought was looking at game series and how they've evolved, and whether most importantly whether that change has been for the positive or for the negative for you independently, how you view the series, or for me personally, how I think most games seem to be evolving into this same boring, shoot everything and survive game. But yeah, there we go. I'm being a negative Nancy already.
All right. So if you guys know us, we got to say the usual thing at the end of the show. Don't forget to hit that bell button on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like button on Facebook. Just subscribe to our channel on Twitch. We really appreciate it. We've hit the 200 Facebook follower mark. Our next one is 1,000. We're trying to monetize on a whole bunch of fronts. Things are looking up, and we're really happy with the progress. Antoine just reminded me we had 400 podcast downloads for the month of April? May,
May.
yes, which is fantastic. And I'd like to thank Antoine and Phil for joining because you guys have really helped boost the numbers. So I mean that's great. I mean we're improving, getting better. I mean that's what anyone wants. So hit us up on social media, send us a message. What do you think about the games we suggested today? Hoko Life, Black Sky Lands. What is the long name of that?
Black Skylands.
Just Black Skylands. Ah, I thought there was like Black
Yeah, that's it.
Skylands
That's it.
colon blah 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 blah.
No. Call of Tulu. No.
All right. Yes, Hoko Life, Black Skylands, Dungeon and Dragons, Dark
Yeah.
Alliance. Three games we're looking forward to. Adam's mentioned Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that name as well, but that's fine. All right, so gentlemen, another week. It is still lockdown for 2 weeks here in Taiwan. I mean, somewhat of a lockdown. We still have to kind of work. So otherwise, we'd be streaming every day, and we'd have to come up with a whole bunch of. We have to come up with Middle Age Gaming 1, 2, and 3 for streaming accounts. But so we'll go with Phil first. Phil, are you able to stream or board game stream?
Well, yeah, we've decided to plunge because I've got some other things, and with the online teaching, then I tried to do some online teaching. Not well, watched Adam do some online teaching while we were doing some work meetings, and my laptop was screaming at me.
Oh no.
So yeah, it was kind of Thursday is payday, and yeah, we're just going to go out and get something. So I'm hoping with new laptop and everything will be resolved, and then I will be definitely looking at doing the stuff that I've been talking about doing the last couple of weeks without a problem, because I'm going to get something with a decent graphics card and decent, well, just way better. This is a cheap laptop that I got just for studying. So yeah, so ideally, hopefully the weekend will be the same things as I normally aim to do. Not being able to do the board gaming though, obviously, so it will be hopefully I'm going to do some Outriders, and I'm gonna be nasty and mean about the problems that I found with Outriders and why I feel it's a little bit disappointing. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Hopefully on Sunday.
All right, so because Adam's, busy dealing with his AC, Adam says he'll be streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake exclusively until it's done. Otherwise, he won't finish in time for Integrate. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, please have a look out for that. Adam streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Taiwanese time, and maybe a bit more depending how things go pandemic-wise here. Antoine, Subnautica still or Black
Exactly.
Skylands?
No, no Black Skyline for now. It's just because I don't have that much time to stream, like 1 or 2 hours a week. So I'm gonna continue Subnautica. I still have, it's about a 30 hours game. I did 9 episodes, something like this. So I still have 21 at least to do.
Okay.
And if I'm not a completionist, so still quite a lot for me. And basically, I want to end for, as I said, Total War Warhammer 3, which I really want to get, but I don't know when it gets out. So we'll see when it gets out. I want to go on this one. I told Eliza I kind of abandoned this one. It's not very popular, and I found it a bit more boring than I thought it would be. So we'll see. If there's a demand for it, I'll continue. But for now, I stay on Subnautica, and after that, like Warhammer, play with Kislev against the chaos and
All right, fantastic. And as for me, as I mentioned when I was talking about my video, Hoka Life is already out. Well, it will be out in America today. I'll be picking up tomorrow when I wake up. We'll be streaming it Thursday, maybe Wednesday night. Depends how my work schedule is. I usually have a meeting on Wednesday night with work stuff with a company in New York. So we'll see. Maybe Wednesday if we're lucky. Thursday for sure. And that will be it. And then maybe, depending how far that goes, I'll be doing some Warframe or maybe Skyrim Legendary Edition, which I finished Skyrim back in the day when it first came out, 170 something hours or so. I know, not that much, but I always wanted to play all the updates and all the expansions and do all the whole, the full shebang, mod everything with nexusmods.com and see how it goes, and we'll see. And so you've heard it from all of us. 4 games to watch out for once full is ready. I will put that in the streaming schedule, and I'll probably update our pinned posts on Facebook. I'm still trying to figure out how we can advertise a schedule on YouTube and then a schedule on Twitch. Twitch, you can see our schedule up. That's already. So YouTube and Facebook, so you guys can know. Okay, what game do you like? All right, you watch Antoine, you watch Phil, you watch myself, you watch Adam, and that's it. So tune in next week for Phil's another awesome, really cool, really interesting topic next week, and we'll see what games come up and what emotions come up from those games. And and that's it. So keep an eye out for streaming. Keep an eye out for these guys, and hopefully we'll finally get to see Phil at some point this week or next week, or whenever Phil's technical issues get sorted out, because that would be cool. I'm looking forward to watching Phil on Twitch live. And that's it, guys. And see you guys next week, Tuesday, or online on streaming. Later.
Absolutely.